Hey, what's up?
Zaurko here.
Psyk here.
Today we did the so-called test for the FPS readings of darts. Stupid Nerfers Part 2.
Part 2.
Peace.
Peace. Hey, what's up, good people? I'm here to teach you how to get super high FPS. The experiment basically is, let me just get this guy out and show you guys. I have on the table a whole bunch of darts, and you guys can see, ranging from right to left, is a whole set of different darts. Actually, it's the same darts, but yeah, it's all like ACC nipple darts, Stefan length, and then you can see that I slowly cut down the tip, so it's from full to less and less and less and less, and finally we have a couple of foam blanks. It's like solid core foam, and the belief is basically this: the lighter the dart in the same blaster or firing system, you get a higher FPS. So with, of course, with Zaurko's help, I'm able to use his crony. Okay, so yeah, we can actually have the FPS reading. So I'm gonna go ahead and load these darts into the clip, and you will see that I have no cuts, just to make sure that everything is fair and nice. I'm gonna put this back onto the tripod like so. Okay. Got my clip, which is sponsored by Artifacts. And then I have these two foam blanks first. One foam blank. One very, very short. Actually, no, I'm gonna do this. Look at this, It's a okay, so it's just the little stem. And then I have this one, which is really, really flat. This one, which is not as flat. It's technically should be getting heavier in weight now. Okay, and then we have this one, which is about half cut. Now we're not going to care about performance of the darts, we're caring about the weight of the dart. Okay, so now another half cut dart. And one that is cut off a little bit on the tip. Then we have a normal tip Stefan, another normal tip Stefan, and one more normal tip Stefan. So I have no idea how many darts there are inside. I just know the first three are full tips and the last two are foam blanks. That's all I know. Now we're going to turn on the crony, and I'm going to turn on the crony, and I'm going to start to film. Now I'm going to try my best to get the FPS readings on camera, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to turn it on first, and I might have to remove this lens to make everything easier for you guys to see. Alright, so it starts off with 000 FPS. I'm going to come back here, I'm going to check to make sure I can see all this nonsense. There we go. Make it darker. Oh, I should just zoom in like this. Okay, that's perfect. Alright, let's keep it this way. Alright, so let's give it a shot. There we go. This guy in. Can we see the FPS now? Wait, I'll just leave the camera in view. Okay, good. Great. First shot, let's go. Check it out. First shot. Okay, the crony dropped, but it's 173 FPS. 173.5. Can it still be seen? Yes, 173.5. Next. It's also a full length. Can I even see this in the camera?
Oh, so there's an error somewhere.
Okay, now I know. Okay, so full length, here we go.
It's like a paintball gun, right?
174.5. Next one is also another full length.
You know a tank with a dump valve, so you can pump it and you.
Okay. So how do you reload them?
Basically what?
169.9. Next is a first cut down dart. Okay.
Assuming you pump it into this using
We got 164.3 FPS. Another cut down dart.
Is that one shot?
Yeah, single shot.
Okay.
We got 140.9 FPS. We got one more cut down dart. Now it's getting more and more cut down, so it should be lighter.
Modded one, right? Because you modded it.
160 FPS. Now we got even more cut down dart, which is like almost tipless already. Tipless nipples. Tipless nipples. Let's go. We got 192 FPS. Oh my god. Now we got another tipless nipple dart. Okay, here we go. 178.2 FPS. We got one more, which is like, I think, just like what we used to call the sabot dart. 247.1 FPS. Oh shit! Now we got a foam blank. As you can see, foam blank.
I could install.
It got stuck inside. Oh shit, look at this. Oh, it got stuck. FPS over 9,000, it got stuck. Let me just remove this crap first. Let me just drop one through to reset it. Alright, now let's go for the last one, which is another foam blank. Oh, can it be seen? Sorry. Can it be seen? Okay, good. Last one, which is the foam blank.
Yeah.
Chambered nicely.
Then you send away basically everything.
296 FPS. Holy shit! 296 FPS, guys. My long shot is the king. I'm gonna put this. Wait, I gotta put this back. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. I'll prove it to you again, look.
So it's basically a mentor, right? Lesser way.
Foam blank and okay, now I'll just find another foam blank. Okay, another foam blank for you guys. Here we go. Foam blank.
Yeah, and when I fire the dart just goes.
Or just
Just spirals up or somewhere.
302 FPS. Holy shit!
straight if you have a problem with a normal. Or do you need to add in some sort of something to spin?
Yeah, this one it does. Actually, if you
Yay! Yay! I hope you guys had a good laugh with that video. Zaurko and I actually have been planning to make this video for a long time. It's just that we never really got down to doing it because we're actually really very busy with our own lives. At the same time, it's kind of hard for us to meet up because, you know, of all our commitments. So finally we had the chance to, and we decided, you know what, we're just gonna go ahead and do it. Yes, I know I did most of the filming, but it would not have been possible without the help of Zaurko. And especially without the help of ILN, aka Tactikal Photography. Thank you so much for helping me, because ILN was the man behind the camera. Technically not really behind the camera because the camera was always on the tripod, but he was there to help me angle the blaster in such a way that all of you guys could actually see the darts being chambered in. So I really want to give a big shout out to him for helping me out. And for Backspacer, for lending us the space at OMG so that we could actually film it. The takeaway for this video is to tell you guys that FPS, honestly, it may be a good thing to have, but at the same time, it's not everything. So you guys shouldn't always believe the things that you see online, especially when it comes to certain companies that produce certain kits or certain mod kits and tell you if you buy my product and you install it in, you're going to get this kind of performance. What we're trying to say is FPS readings are easily beefed up, especially in the case of you going online or anyone else in this particular scenario. Going online, putting down hard-earned money, expecting a certain performance out of something that is advertised, and then when you receive it, you don't get the same performance. And then the company comes back at you saying things like, you know, you're not using this well, you're not using that right, you didn't install it correctly and stuff like that, and you're always putting the blame onto you. Now you guys know. Originally, we actually wanted to use a different set of darts that Zaurko actually prepared, and those darts were actually produced by a certain company. But if we use those darts, it would be a blatant stab at that company, and we decided, okay, we'll just use a ghetto way of trying to show you guys the difference in weight. So I guess you guys should always, you know, be careful of the things that you read online. Now, speaking about FPS, I guess having FPS readings could be a good thing, but only if there is a standard, you know, like standardization, especially when it comes to things to do with like barrel fit, the type of dart used, or the foam, or the weight of the dart, you know, things like that. Those are things that should have a baseline standard, and only because you have that baseline standard, then you're able to say, okay, well, the performance of this versus that, you know, is like that much. Then that's a fair comparison. You know, you don't just like take blaster A, use a streamlined dart, fire it off through a crony, then take blaster B, which is modified, and you don't even use the same streamlined dart, you just use something else. You know, that is questionable. It's not a fair comparison. It's also not a fair comparison when companies actually want to show you, okay, we can get certain performance out of this blaster, and they immediately show you a crony with the blaster. They don't show you what dart's being loaded, or they don't even tell you what dart's being loaded. Maybe you can see it, but you don't know the truth. You know what I'm trying to say? So just take everything with a grain of salt, guys. We basically did this video because we wanted to share the knowledge with all of you so that you guys could be more educated about it. When you really want to debate about whether or not FPS is good or bad. I guess the bottom line comes down to performance of the blaster, you know, efficiency of the dart and things like that. You guys already know, you can get a super high FPS, but then again, performance sucks. You will never ever hit your target. So it really depends on, you know, the game we're playing. Look, all of us are playing Nerf. We are firing foam darts. We're not firing real bullets. We're not firing paintballs. We're not firing BBs. We're firing foam darts that could easily get affected by things like wind. You know what I'm trying to say? So I hope that you guys, you know, got some good insight into certain secrets and tricks of the trade, and you guys can all go ahead and try it out on your own if you don't believe me. Yeah, I know I'm gonna get quite a lot of hate for this video, maybe even Zaurko, but if you guys want to hate, then it just shows how narrow-minded you are. Keep an open mind. I'm not saying the FPS is bad. I'm saying don't believe everything that you read or see, especially when it comes to things online. Try that for yourself. The best thing you can do is just mod your own blasters, know the performance of your blasters, and just improve the performance of your blasters from there. Alright? Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed Stupid Nerfers episode 2. Peace.